Am I the idiot for how payment was handled for my wedding? I am genuinely conflicted on this as I see both sides, so getting feedback from all of you. I recently got married at a venue about 200 miles away from where I live. So many things were done virtually and I hadn't met many of these people in person that I planned the wedding with. For payments, our venue required a deposit, a payment 6 months before our wedding date, then a final payment once the charges were finalized, based on headcount. Our first 2 payments were made as scheduled with no issues. We finalized our headcount and settled on a final amount for all services rendered. The final amount was around $15,000. The vendor allowed payment through a check by mail, or someone dropping off the check in person. Being out of state, we opted for option 2. I sent out a check to the venue through online bill pay, and got confirmation the payment was to be delivered the day of the wedding, which was a Saturday. I had a confirmation number from my bank, payment was sent and money was taken out of my account. The wedding was wonderful, and I enjoyed the next day, Sunday, with my husband. We received a text from the vendor she still had not gotten the check. I looked at my bank account and saw the check was sent with a delivery date of the next day, Monday. I shared a screenshot of this with the vendor, including the confirmation number. I offered to call my bank with her on the line as confirmation. I offered Venmo or Zelle her money. She insisted on a physical check, which I do not have as I am out of town. She told us she would withhold our items left behind, and used favors, the top of our cake, guest book, and other items. I explained again how the check would be there tomorrow and I offered Venmo or Zelle again, and she refused to accept anything except a physical check. I had to spend over 30 minutes on the phone with my bank to stop payment on the check, which cost $50, then I had to transfer money to my mom so her check would clear. Then I had to drive back to my mom's house to physically get the check, 30-minute, then back to the venue to hand deliver the check, 45-minute. When we got to the venue, the manager, not the person I had been texting with, thanked me for the check and told me not to worry as it would be put into the lockbox, and they don't cash checks until Tuesday. At this point, I asked why I had to spend the day after my wedding running around town when my check wouldn't be cashed for a few days, and the original check was due tomorrow. We argued back and forth, no yelling, just trying to understand what happened. I 100% understand and agree that the vendor must be paid for services rendered, but I am frustrated I had to spend the morning after my wedding running around doing this, only to learn it wouldn't be cashed until Tuesday, after my payment was to arrive. Am I the idiot for being upset that I had to spend my morning like this and arguing with the manager when I dropped off the check? Edit, spelling. Edit 2. The headcount was finalized 10 days before the wedding. I sent the check through online bill pay 9 days before the wedding. Edit 3. The wedding was in mid-May. This came up over the weekend with friends, and we all saw both sides, so looking to settle here. Edit 4. They didn't end up cashing the check until 8 days after the wedding. You're the idiot. You had to pay the day of your wedding. The day they chose to deposit is totally up to them. They need to have the physical payment in their hand when the contract states. The only reason you end up having to drive up there is because of your own lack of planning. Plan better next time, and you won't have to go through all that trouble. You're the idiot. They needed payment, they didn't have the check, and they told you they didn't have the check. I'm not sure why you made this into much more of a conflict than it needed to be. Moreover, if you had to pay the balance on the day of the wedding, why didn't you just bring your checkbook that day? Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for telling my sister's boyfriend the truth about her allergy? My sister and I live in different territories. She lives 4,000 kilometers south of here, so it's a 2-day drive or 4.5-hour flight away. We try to have a visit at least once a year. This time she brought her boyfriend to visit. I've never met him in person, only over a video call. She says they are thinking of living together. They stayed in my guest room. On the 6th day of their stay here, her boyfriend had a freak out on me because I was preparing a meal for us and he saw I had food in my kitchen that my sister is allergic to. I put allergic in quotes because she isn't allergic to anything. Her boyfriend thought she was. She's told him she has a deadly allergy to a certain food. She went so far as to purchase EpiPens and wear a medical bracelet. She had told him stories about almost dying from accidentally or unknowingly eating this food when we were kids. Her boyfriend was angry I had it in my kitchen and did not clean my kitchen and cooking utensils before their visit, which I would have done if my sister was really allergic. But she isn't. She hates it, but she isn't allergic, and to me there is a big difference. If there was even a chance my sister was allergic, I wouldn't have it in my kitchen. I told her boyfriend the truth that my sister hates it but she's not allergic. That she's always hated the food. Now she's furious at me. Note that I had the food item she hates in my kitchen because I like it, but I wasn't putting it in any meal for my sister because I know she hates it. I'm not removing my food from the house just because she hates it though. She's furious that I told him the truth. She argued with me. Her boyfriend argued with her. The last day and a half of their visit was awkward. From what I got from my sister, she started telling everyone she was allergic when she went to university so she wouldn't have to eat it. I was already in university here, so I didn't know she was telling people this. Our parents were divorced, and we lived with Mom. Dad lives on the other side of the country, 3,700 kilometers away. We did see him, but Mom was the one who did everything for us. Our relationship with Dad has been better since Mom passed. But Dad, his wife, and his sister would not know my sister had an allergy, and would take her word for it. Her boyfriend has met them, as the three of them are my sister's only family besides me. Basically, my sister says I should have gone along with her lie and not told her boyfriend the truth. She says the difference between hating and being allergic is small and I shouldn't have told him. She's furious at me. Was I wrong to tell him the truth? Not the idiot. The difference between hating and allergic is huge actually. One you don't like and the other kills you and bankrupts you with medical debt. It's also a huge lie. Casually saying you're allergic one time is different from intentionally deceiving your serious BF to the point of buying fake medical equipment to keep up the lie. Be an adult and say you don't like it. It's a huge breach of trust and a crazy thing to do. You were right to tell him the truth. Your sister is just mad she got caught being a red flag. Not the idiot. I'm glad you told him, because who knows what would have happened if this lie had counted. Also, clearly the sister does not know what consequences are, as this lie could have snowballed into something worse, like the boyfriend brought her into a hospital. And once the truth came out, not only did it waste everyone's time but also money. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for not letting my ex pitch in to buy my son a car? Am I the idiot? I had my son at 16 with my then boyfriend. We split up when he moved away for college and became an absent father even when he returned for the summers. He started becoming more active when he moved back after graduating, and we started doing 50-50 custody. I was 24 then and went to community college and got into sonography school, and I'm now an obstetric sonographer. During that time it came out that my ex never graduated and was in enormous debt from gambling during his time away. It explained why, with a full ride scholarship and a degree in a high-paying field, he was working at the mall. Once I got a job, I was able to upgrade my standard of living and provide a better life for me and my son. He's now turning 17 and entering senior year soon, and I want to get him a nice gift to celebrate his birthday this summer. I asked him earlier this year when we were talking about cars what car he would want, and he said a 2023 Camry. While we are financially well off and don't struggle, I know he thinks buying a car is out of our budget, so he didn't suspect a thing. Here's the issue. I was speaking to my ex's sister, whom I am semi-close with, and I brought up the idea to her. She seemed excited, but then said I shouldn't. She said it makes her brother look bad since he doesn't have a car, and it would crush him to know that his son has a brand new paid-off car while he barely scrapes by. I told her that's not my issue and that it's not my fault he doesn't have his life together. He's 33 and still lives at home, doesn't have a car, and constantly switches retail jobs after spending weeks stretching out watching orientation videos as long as he can. My son was telling me how he recently spent almost 2 months watching Home Depot orientation videos and then quitting the first week on the floor. He doesn't want to work hard, so why should I feel bad? After a few days she calls me and says she has an amazing compromise. She told my ex that I plan to buy a special gift for my son this summer and asked if he was willing to pitch in. He offered $80 and she is going to add another $80 to total it to be $160. Then we could tell our son we bought it together, and he feels like his dad pitched in. This is for a $34K car. I told her no thanks, I have it covered, and she got upset and said this could bring my son closer to his father since they don't have much of a relationship, and to not be a selfish idiot. Ever since I said no, she's called me twice calling me an idiot and saying I should either let him chip in or not buy it at all. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Next time, correct my ex's sister and inform her that the reason son and father don't have a close relationship is, in fact, because dad is a selfish idiot. Not you. You put in the work to earn what you need to take care of your son how you see fit. Dad hasn't, that's his problem, not yours. Also inform her that your son is 17, not 7. He is going to know who actually bought him that car regardless of what you all tell him. NTA, your money, do what you want. Tell your ex to buy some fuzzy dice or whatever, but remind your ex that these are a prop and he can't gamble with them. If he wants to pitch in, and his sister tells them each to pony up the $11.3 thousand. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for posting videos of my niece and nephew misbehaving in response to my sister's complaints that I did not want them at my birthday dinner? My sister Angel claims to use hands-off parenting with my niece Sophia and nephew Parker. In actuality, Angel is entirely permissive and refuses to discipline them. She expects other adults to step in when Sophia and Parker's behavior is getting out of hand. For this reason, I asked Angel to get a babysitter for Sophia and Parker if she wanted to attend my 27th birthday. I love Sophia and Parker as their aunt. And at the same time, I want a peaceful evening to celebrate my birthday instead of dealing with Sophia and Parker's behavior, because I know Angel isn't going to discipline them herself. Angel acted understanding when I made this request and explained my reasons to her in person, but then she went online and made a Facebook post accusing me of hating Sophia and Parker and trying to punish Angel by only inviting our sister Jessica's kid Megan to my birthday dinner. Never mind that Megan is 17 and is practically an adult herself. Several of our relatives and mutual acquaintances called me out and said I was an idiot and was excluding a 10 and 7-year-old. I respond to Angel's post by sharing 2 videos of Sophia and Parker misbehaving while Angel did nothing. The first video was a recording taken by Megan, where Sophia and Parker were throwing tantrums and yelling at her. Megan was trying to calm Sophia and Parker down while Angel was on her tablet ignoring the situation. The other video was one that Angel took. Sophia and Parker were yelling, throwing toys at each other, and Parker even called his sister a bad word. Angel was laughing as if it were funny and was again doing nothing to discipline Sophia or Parker. I wrote alongside the videos that I love Sophia and Parker as their aunt. But at the same time, I want a peaceful evening to celebrate my birthday. And I don't want to be stuck disciplining Sophia and Parker because clearly Angel won't. Angel ended up not coming to my birthday at all. My parents told me that I was in the wrong for sharing those videos, because everyone's children have acted up and posting those videos didn't accomplish anything besides embarrassing Angel. They also said I could have compromised by having a nobody under 18 rule for my birthday dinner. Megan would not be able to attend, but then Sophia and Parker wouldn't feel excluded. I do not see how that would be fair to myself or Megan. Am I the idiot for not wanting to make compromises for my birthday dinner? Edit. Hello, I wanted to clarify some common concerns about the videos. Firstly, both me and Angel's Facebook are private, so the only people who are able to view the videos are people who either I or Angel have added as friends. A stranger will not be able to see them. Angel had already posted the video that she recorded of Sophia and Parker misbehaving, so I merely linked it. Megan had already posted the video that she recorded, just on a different social media platform. I am uncertain if Megan's social media is private, but no strangers will be able to view the videos from my and Angel's Facebook accounts. Not the idiot. Angela went to the internet looking for sympathy and tried to have the internet gang up on you. You just presented the internet with all the facts instead of just Angela's side of the story. Besides, it is your birthday. Not the idiot for excluding them. I would include my 17-year-old niece in an adult evening too. There's a huge difference between 17 and 10. Soph, you're the idiot for posting videos of someone else's child without consent though. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for being pissed at my flatmate for taking plant cuttings without asking? This girl recently moved into our flat. Within 1 month of her moving in, I had noticed that some of my plants looked like someone had taken a cutting. It was only 1 or 2 plants, but I didn't think anything of it. A week later I noticed someone had taken a cutting from my photos. This one only had 4 leaves, so now I have 3 left. The new baby leaf had been taken. I decided to ask everyone in the house about it. The new girl admitted to it. I told her it's okay, but to ask next time. Fast forward 3 weeks and more cuttings are missing. It's becoming noticeably even on my mature plants that are quite full. I knew it was her doing this, but I had never seen what she was doing with them. Today I had to return her lighter to her after I used it. She wasn't home, so I put it in her room and saw in the corner there were 15 pots with the cuttings from all different houseplants along with 6 bottles full of water with more cuttings in them. Am I the idiot for being angry about this? I think I should confront her, but my partner thinks I should just let this go. I did spend a lot of time and money on these, especially the variegated ones, which I noticed she did take cuttings off. She's stealing from you. And she might possibly be harming your plants. I would say something, and if that doesn't stop it, I would see if you could set up a camera for evidence. She doesn't seem like she would be honest about where she got her cuttings. Not the idiot, not the idiot. You brought it out, and she admitted it. You addressed it and asked for it not to happen again, and she did it again. You are well within your bounds to call her out. You may want to toss an A. Do I need to keep my plants in my room now? If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.